Hello. The Sun is about to transit from the 12th house to the first house or Lagna Bhav of Aquarius ascendants on 13th February. So, those four planets, the Sun, Mars, Mercury, and Venus, they were together in the 12th house in the beginning of the February. A four-planet conjunction was there. Let the Aquarius ascendants to spend more and more, because 12th house is the house which resembles spendings or expenditure. So these short-term influencing planets, because these planets they influence in short run, because they move faster via or across any house. They take a short time to completely move across a house, like about 1 month or 1.5 months. So as they move fast, they exert short-term influences. So for the last 1.5 months time, they were moving through the 12th house, exerting, making your spendings or expenditure very high. So now, one by one, all the four planets will be moved to the first house during the month of February. But prior to that, Rahu is already there in the first house or Lagna Bhav. Rahu means the north node. Rahu also called as north node. So it was there since it came there 18th May 2025, and it will be there up to 5th December 2026. So it's a planet which influences in long run, because they take longer time to move across a house. So the impact of north node to the first house is its long-term impact, but the north node in the first house means it makes you like harsh decision making without thinking far, and also the more and more traveling, sometimes overseas traveling also, and sudden ups and downs of life, losing your aim or target time to time. So those are some of the features when the north node is in your first house. So now it's already there. Then the Mercury arrives first house on 3rd February. It will stay there up to 11th April. So the role of the Mercury there is with mixed influence, both positive and negative, because the Mercury governs two houses of the birth chart of Aquarius ascendant, number 5 and number 8. The 5th house resembles your children and your education, love affairs. So when the Mercury in the first house, it exerts positive influences on those, as it governs the 5th house. And as the Lord of the 8th house, it exerts malefic influence on first house, because the 8th house is the worst house of any birth chart, which resembles setbacks in life, the obstacles, losses, destruction, pain, sorrow, then life-threatening situations, death, and also lifespan. Mostly negative things, highly negative things of the life. So that is why it is called the worst place. The Lord of the 8th house of Aquarius ascendants is Virgo. The Mercury. The sign associated with the 8th house is Virgo, so the lord of the sign Virgo is Mercury, so Mercury becomes the lord of the 8th house. As the lord of the 8th house, when it is in the Lagna Bhava or first house, that time is a kind of life-threatening period for you. You have to be cautious on your safety and security during that period. And then there are some good positive things also affect your first house or Lagna Bhava as the lord of the 5th house. But mostly negative influences might influence you as the North Node also there together with the Mercury as the lord of the 8th house. Then the Venus arrives. Venus role is better, or Venus exerts positive influence for your life because Venus is the lord of the 9th house. That means 9th house resembles luck and fortune. As the lord of the 9th house, it exerts highly positive influence on you when it is moving through your first house, but it's a short period of time. Once it arrives on 6th February, it will leave on 2nd March to the 2nd house. It will stay there in the 2nd house up to 26th February. That will be favorable for the matters governed by the 2nd house. The 3rd house to be arrived there to the first house is Sun. When the Sun arrives there, it will arrive on 13th February and it will be there up to 15th March. So when the Sun arrives the first house, it makes you shine, or you will be popular, or you will highlight among others, and sometimes you get the leadership. You become proud, and that is bad. You might pretend that you are always correct, your actions or your speech, your thoughts are correct. So that is kind of negative feature that might lead to problems also. Because the Mars arrives on 23rd February. The arrival of Mars on 23rd February might increase the negative influences because Sun and Mars act together to increase some of those malefic influences. The act on emotions, harsh actions, harsh decision making, angry decision making, anger, likewise, and some kind of that I mentioned there that Mercury also there in the first house, creating kind of life-threatening situation. So Sun and Mars might increase the tendency for that. So be cautious during that period when the 5-planet conjunction remains there. But there are good things also. You might highlight among others during that period because the Sun resembles king, the Mars resembles commander-in-chief. So you will shine, you will be highlighted among others. Your power will be highlighted among others, but don't let that create problems. Venus is the only planet to make peace and harmony there, but it won't stay there for a long time. It will leave there 2nd March, and the other planets will going to stay there for a longer time. And even the Venus is there, it can act much more stronger than, or it can't overpower the influence of Sun and Mars. So be cautious during that time, and also be cautious on your safety and security during that period. Saturn in the 2nd house is creating long-term influences, because it will be there up to 3rd June 2027. Second house resembles wealth and savings. So Saturn will not allow you to save during that period. Most of the times it will disturb you to, disturb your savings. That means it will not allow you to save your wealth. And also you will face troubles in your family life or the marriage life after the marriage, and also with your speech. So the Venus arrives there for a short period of time, so short-term positiveness is there, but when it comes to long run, it's negative. When some of the positive planets aspect the second house, you will get occasional positive influences, but when it comes to long run and as in overall, it will be kind of negative. The south node is there in your 7th house. 7th house represents your marriage, whether you are expecting to be married or you are already married, or even if you are not married and still living together for a long time. All those relationships and the spouse or partners also affect with this negatively, because the south node will be there in the enemy state up to 5th December 2026. But the negative influences might prevail there up to 31st October, because in 31st October, Jupiter arrives there and exalts there. Not exalt, it will become friendly there, and it can overpower much of the malefic influences of south node from 31st October onwards. The Jupiter is in your 5th house at present, but up to 11th March, it will not give you its usual positive influences, because it's in retrograde mode in the 5th house. 5th house resembles your education, children and love affairs. So from 11th March onwards, you will get better positive influences on those up to 2nd June, as the Jupiter stays there in its normal form during that period. So this is the common astrology reading for the Aquarius ascendants, but when it comes to your personalized birth chart reading based on your birth chart, that will be more accurate as it is based on your own birth chart, because your own birth chart means it resembles the exact positioning of the planet, their exact aspects at the time of your birth and their states. So more information which are unique to your birth. So to get a more accurate and more personalized birth chart reading, you have to refer to your personal birth chart to a proficient astrologer and get it done from him. And you will get the remedies for your malefic influences also from him. Your birth chart reveals your destiny. It's not a fixed destiny. You can change good or bad things written in your destiny if you wish to do so, and if you have the real intention to do so. You have to act well, plan well to do so with the guidance of astrology, because astrology is there over hundreds of years to support and guide people in their destiny, to change the negative influences of the destiny and to achieve positive results of the life. So by doing so, by preparing early, planning well, you can move forward and overcome the negative things to come ahead in your life, and also to get the maximum use of the positive things to come ahead in your life by the guidance of astrology. That is the way to change the good or bad things in your destiny, written in your destiny, in your favor, with the guidance of astrology. Good luck.